This is Red, White, and Bluegrass.
State Auditor Allison Ball says a failure by the Department for Medicaid Services led to about $800 million in wasted payments over a 4-year period. The report says the agency did not take basic steps to stop duplicate payments after some recipients moved out of state. Federal rules require states to check for that. The audit also found other problems, including ineligible non-citizens receiving benefits and multiple people using the same Social Security number. Representative Lockett, I'll start with you here. There's been increased focus on Medicaid as of late, both here on the state level and on the federal level. Going into 2026 in the next session, how will lawmakers approach this?
I think it's important to first take a step back and say, this is $800 million. That's not a small chump change of money. This is money that could have been going to Kentucky families, to children, to people that need it. But instead, it went across state lines. It went to people that aren't even citizens of our country. And this is a massive failure. This is not just a, hey, we lost some money. This is a big, big failure. And I agree with Auditor Ball, and I believe as a General Assembly, as a majority, we are going to implement what she has said ought to be done. We want accountability, we want answers, and we want to make sure that this never happens again.
Representative Burke, what are Democrats' thoughts?
Well, from our perspective, this is a top-down issue. While it's true that it's possible to manage these accounts from state to state by checking information that is available, it's much more efficient to look for these duplications if we have better information from the federal government. So this is kind of an old story that now is getting more and more complex. As the more we learn, the more there is for us to work on. So we are looking really at a report from 2022 that the Office of the Inspector General, federal government, issued that now Allison Ball has been able to develop and research further. So this number is looking back to 2019 and 2020, and while it doesn't matter if that money was lost today or it was lost 5 years ago, the problem, I think, is that we are really inefficient because we hear all the time in committees, I'm sure you do as well, Representative, this system doesn't talk to that system. And so we have all these different computer systems in different areas of government, and they don't communicate with each other. So this is the type of problem we've had, and it's cost the taxpayers $800 million. So one report from the federal government, if it's given to all the states, will make this a lot more efficient. And that's what I'm looking for.
So you bring up the different, tech systems within our state government. It's not the first instance where we've seen, reliance on that fall a little bit short. We had some names released by a computer error from CHFS not very long ago. We've had some issues with our driver's licensing system. What do y'all think about these different instances, what they're doing for overall trust in some of our state systems for your average citizen?
I want to go back first before I say anything about that. I really think this is not just a federal issue. This is not placing blame on the federal government. This is placing blame partly on our state's administration that's not doing their job correctly. We have to make sure that we are responsible for taxpayer dollars, period. We have to make sure that those payments are going to where they should be going. And if it's a problem with a report, then it's on us, on our state, to make sure that we fix that and get that correct information. When it comes to technology and talking, that's a huge issue that we talk about all the time in committees, that this department doesn't talk to this one, and this report doesn't go here. And something that we continue to talk about, because this is state money that was wasted. I mean, you talk about government waste, this is a prime example, and we want to eliminate that all the way down to the bottom.
Just a few seconds left here, Representative Burke.
You'll get no disagreement from me. I don't think we have enough tax dollars to blow. So it's really important that we take a forward-looking perspective and work on creating technological systems that can keep up with the amount of data that's being churned out by the state.
All righty, y'all, we'll have to leave it there.